Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin.
Stopwatch. And whenever you're ready.
What?
Jackie.
It's time.
It's that time of the year.
It's Max Fun time. Do you know what? It's the maximum amount of fun that people can have by donating to the Max Fun Network, where the Max Fun Network has a bunch of podcasts. And if you give a certain amount of money, you can give any amount of money. It could be $5 a month. It could be a gajillion dollars a month, right? And you get there's different tiers and there's different levels and stuff. But I think at the basic level, you get an extra episode. You get to denote which podcast you listen to the most. It could be this one, this very podcast you're listening to.
You get little prizes. And Jackie, I don't even think it's donation. I think they join a community.
Oh, there you go.
It's a hella cool community because Max Fun just went co-op, which means they're totally self-owned by the employees, which is kind of like how every business should be. And will never be in America. It's the opposite of the banking crisis we're in now. So it's a great company, and they have an incredible podcast. They have Adam Ruins Everything. They got Baby Geniuses with Emily Heller.
Tiny Victories.
Yes, Tiny Victories with Laura and Annabelle, and they have a ton of my favorites, and of course Bullseye, etc. You and I shot an extra podcast or taped it where we had Max Funners just sit in and we just took questions for an hour. It was really fun. I was shocked. I thought,
yeah,
well, this will kill
the
an
hour
hour,
went
but
by
it was really fun.
It was actually really fun. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that it's interesting to me that
we're almost a full minute over the ad length.
Okay.
Do we want to get into the? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut it off, but I just like we got to do 3 more of these, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
So that's that one.
If you could chop, you can chop that one up then.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put that in the front anyway, so I'll chop off the end. There's a couple of good points there. All right, and all right, so now we're episode.
Maximum Fun. Were we supposed to say it's maximumfun.org/podcasts?
Let's just get a clean take of that real quick.
So all you have to do is go to maximumfun.org/podcasts, and it'll be there'll be a link.
It's maximumfun.org/join.
Oh, the podcast link was just for us to look at, so we could.
To see the list. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so start over. Do you want to do it?
Join now at maximumfun.org/join.
Okay. Find out more. Or join, boost, or upgrade at maximumfun.org/join. And do it because they're nicer.
All right. Cool. All right. Now we're 5 alive.
So now we're doing a podcast?
Yes.
Is this what's happening now?
Yes.
Oh, good for us. Hey,
yeah.
Laurie, we have a podcast.
Yes.
I'm Jackie Cation. I'm
Laurie Kilmartin.
I just got off the Burbank airplane for Southwest. And
where was your layover?
Vegas. It was fine. And then, but get this, I seem to have lost my backup pair of glasses.
Oh.
So I decided to go to the Society of the Spectacle, which is my favorite glasses place. It's over in Echo Park or Eagle Rock or some damn thing. It's on York, and get new glasses. So I'm in there trying on glasses, and in walks Laura House of Tiny Victories.
Oh my God.
She lives even 15 minutes further from Society of the Spectacle. She's like, but this is my favorite eyeglass store in Eagle Rock. And so we may have gotten the same glasses. I think we just bought the same glasses, Laura House and
I need new glasses, and I want those glasses.
Do you want to be a single white female with us? And we'll all have the same. That was Laura House's joke. And then moments later, Tom Gibbs walks in. Now, I know you don't know who Tom Gibbs is, but he is a Minneapolis.
Because you were.
Yeah. I haven't seen Tom Gibbs in 15 years. He is a Minneapolis improv sketch guy who I knew when I first moved here 25 years ago. And he is on he's a voiceover guy, is on Naruto. You know, Miley Flanagan plays Naruto. And then
oh my God, my son would be going bananas right now.
18 years Naruto has been taping. No residuals.
God dang.
Yeah.
The animation, everyone in animation gets fucked so badly. The writers, the VO people, everybody. It's unbelievable. I mean, maybe if it's on like Fox or whatever, it's
Yeah, I think
different.
The Simpsons is
Jeez.
real, but
Yeah,
it
The
was
Simpsons
nuts.
and yeah.
Yeah, some of that.
Wow.
But so I was like, who else is going to show up? Because essentially, the Society of the Spectacle, they're really good friends. Maria used to live around the block from there, and so
Oh,
she's good
I
friends
never.
with the owners. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I thought you're going to talk about your weekend at the attic.
Bloomington, the attic, super fun. One of your fans showed up wearing your t-shirt and
Oh, you
shorts.
sound pissed. Come on,
Oh,
shorts.
and shorts. It was 20 degrees. It was so cold. He was the only one
Oh
wearing a
my
mask.
God.
We got a picture. He tagged you with it, I think, on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw.
But
I retweeted it.
but he took his mask off. I was like, Lori would approve of that t-shirt. She would approve of that mask. She would not approve of those shorts, is what I said to him
Are you
from the
kidding?
stage.
My dad used to live like that. I have picture of my dad during California's previous historic flooding, where he's got water to his knees and he's in shorts. He loved it. Please.
He loves shorts. Shorts are great. Well, I have this to say. It was really cold. It was
Yeah.
genuinely cold. And at one point I went and grabbed dinner before the show last night, and my backpack, the top of my backpack had come open and it looked like nothing had fallen out. And then I was like, were my AirPods in there? And
Oh.
then so I zip it up and I go and I walk back the 4 blocks to the hotel, looking at the ground, 20 degrees, horrible wind,
Mm-hmm.
looking at
Mm-hmm.
the ground. I get to the front desk of the hotel and I say, did anyone turn in a pair of AirPods? And the woman goes, someone did. And I was like, what? She said, yeah, they have an Indiana symbol on it. I can't tell you how tempted I was to say yes. But no, I don't have
Jackie.
Indiana AirPods. So I said, no, they are not my AirPods. And then I decide to go back up the stair because I had come down the stairs. So I was like, I'm just going to walk up the staircase up to my room. Might as well finish going the entire route and then probably find out that I left them on my bed. And I did.
Mm-hmm.
There they were on my bed. So
I still think those are your AirPods and you should go grab them. I guess it's too late. You left. Now I made a lot of friends during my weekend there at the hotel. Did you meet Tyson, the night guy?
not on purpose. No, I didn't meet anybody.
You
The
didn't
staff
meet
was
Melanie at
didn't
the bar?
nope. I didn't spend a
Well, I
lot of
told
time
them all
just
to look
talking
out for
to
you.
yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time talking to them.
Checked in the
I
same
forgot.
time I checked in when Tyson's shift is.
Midday?
No, at night. He did them
Yeah.
overnights. He's the guy
Oh
that
my
got
God.
me lotion.
Oh, here's what happened. So I rented a car because I had to change my flight because Andy has a conference this week.
Uh-huh.
And so I rented just a normal economy compact. They didn't have any. I ended up driving a full-size pickup truck, extended cab 4x4.
Oh my
The
God.
largest truck. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. I literally
Wow.
got in. It took me 2 hands to pull myself up into the cab.
Oh my
It-
God.
Yeah. And I was like, and I just grabbed Amazon Music and I put on 90s country and I just drove from Indianapolis to Bloomington,
Oh
listening to
no.
Brooks and Dunn and Garth Brooks and the
Oh my
Chicks.
God.
Gotta
What's
hear the
happened to
Chicks.
her?
Well, I was in a truck. It was
Of
actually,
course.
I was perfectly safe. As I told everyone around me, drive defensively because I will murder you with this vehicle. And then this morning I had to leave because my flight was at 7. I had to fill up my tank. And
That is
Avis,
horrible. Why did you do that to yourself? You have to drive at least an hour and a half to make this flight at 7 a.m. after 2 shows on a Saturday night. Why
Yeah.
did you do this to yourself?
Well, because Andy's flight left at 10:30 and this flight landed at 10:30.
And so you just didn't want your mother-in-law to be alone at that
Yeah.
amount of time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I called her and I was like, do you need me? I need to go to the glasses store. And she said, I don't need you. Go to the glasses store.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, but when we're done
Brutal.
with this, I'm gonna but I worked on stuff. I did a bunch of new stuff. I did a bunch of vault stuff that everybody seemed to have heard. Do you know that the Comedy Attic was the last place I worked before lockdown? It
Oh.
was the second week of March, ended
Oh,
March
okay.
14th. And it would have been like essentially a week ago, 3 years ago was the last time I was at the Comedy Attic.
Wow.
And it was me and Carmen Morales featuring for me.
I think I had to cancel an attic date because of my aneurysm, and then by the time it would have come around again, lockdown happened. So it had been a while since I've been there too.
Right.
Yeah. I've had a nightmare weekend. I'm just
Oh, really?
now normalizing. Okay,
Where
so
where were you? I forget.
well, I'm in New York. I'm in New
that's
York
right.
for over a week, right?
That's right.
So
10
I
days.
take my usual red eye, JetBlue red eye on
Mhm.
Thursday night, right? And we're sitting on the plane, leaves at 9:30. We're sitting on the plane, nothing's happening. Maintenance guy comes on, goes off, comes back on again, goes back off, keeps getting summoned for new little things, intercom networking, little things that don't really matter
Yeah.
because it's an overnight. No one needs to hear announcements. I'm sorry, it's an overnight. We're all sleeping,
Right.
okay?
Right.
So at around midnight, they go, hey, the plane's out of commission. They take everyone off the plane. Now there's a line 200 people long. Now I miraculously had picked seats in aisle 7 and I got off early and then I rolled my suitcase so quickly and I was close to the front of the line.
Yep.
So I rebooked a flight out of LAX the next day. And then the woman who was getting lifts for everybody, because now she has,
Mhm.
there's no one. There's like two
There's no
JetBlue
flights.
people.
Okay.
It's the red eye. There's no more flights that night. So everyone's being rebooked on something the next day. No one at JetBlue's, they have 2 people. And these people look like they're about to start crying because they know they're going to be here for hours and hours, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the woman gets, I know you're not listening, but our podcast viewers are. That's the most important thing.
I'm in.
So the woman, she goes, all right, I need a lift back to my house and then I need a lift to LAX tomorrow. So JetBlue should just give us like $150 cash or something. They should be prepped for this. Instead, she goes on her own iPhone and calls me a lift now and then schedules a lift. She's going to have to do this for 200 people.
Oh my God.
200 people on her own phone. Her eyes are like
I hope she's
with tears.
I hope she gets points.
Why would she want points on this fucking piece of shit airline? It's falling apart, by the way.
No. If she uses her credit card, she'll get credit card points. Like, I hope she has a Chase Sapphire, you guys.
Gotcha. Right. So then I have a 10 a.m. flight out of LAX. So then I go home. My son is alone for the first time. He has booby trapped the entire house. Right? So I get in and there's like, tripwires, and then I can't even get into the hallway because he locked the hallway door. We got a pocket door, so I just sleep on the couch, and then he comes out in the morning and like, who are you? What are you doing here? I thought he was gonna be dead alone, right? And then so I lift, I get there and take my flight. Okay, I'm in the middle seat. By the way, I feel like shit because I had a ton of coffee. Here's my thing. I drink a ton of coffee for the red eye. I watch a bunch of stuff, and then I come to the apartment and I crash. Well, I skipped the crash part. I couldn't sleep at the house because I knew a lift was coming. So I'm operating on no sleep. I have a middle fucking seat because 10 million people are trying to get on these flights now. And so I get here. I missed my first 2 spots.
Yeah.
JetBlue. Get in at 7, missed of course I have an 8 o'clock to Gotham. I can't do it. So I let them know. And the 9 o'clock, I was at Broadway. I was texting Rich. I'm like, all right, I'm in a lift now. If I get back at 7:45, I can change really quickly, and then I'll be at the club by 9. He's like, I'll replace you. And then I just did the last 2 spots, and I was like, I felt so bad. I was just zombie tired, and couldn't even shower, and it was gross. I had good sets, of course. But I felt awful.
Finally, the thing I needed to know. How did the sets go?
I felt awful. And but I did come back and then slept
forever on Saturday.
9 hours
on
Friday night. No dog, no child, no obligations,
Yep.
nothing.
Just,
It was great.
yeah.
And then
You know
last
what?
night
When
had-
I got to Bloomington, by the way, I slept 11 hours.
oh my God.
I went to bed at 8 o'clock, Bloomington, Thursday night, and I
Thursday
woke
night?
up. Yeah, and I woke up at 8 a.m. and I went to breakfast with Matt Alano,
Yeah.
and that was nice. And then Saturday morning, I went to breakfast with Jared and Dana and their 2 kids, and then we went and saw their
nice.
new bookstore. And
Oh,
and I
yay.
bought a book that was, I think, put out by white supremacists because it's a used bookstore
It's the
in
Turner Diaries.
1941. No, it was a coming around the mountain when she comes. I'll be coming
Okay.
around the mountain. Anyway, so it's all those. It's all
Yeah.
and it's got Dixie as the last song, which is why I think it was printed by white supremacists. It's got
Right.
Star Spangled Banner is the first one.
It's
America.
a songbook?
It was a songbook with the music, which I have I have a whistle I sometimes play. Anyway, so it's a recorded
What?
kind of
Wait, I've never heard this before.
No, no one needs to know.
A
It's a
whistle?
secret. I have a certain secret life, and it sometimes
Yeah, I
involves
wish
a
you kept
recorder.
that secret. I don't want
Yeah,
to know that
exactly.
about
Nobody
you.
needs to know that
You
I
should
sometimes
jam.
and and I'm also playing things like Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. I can't sing, so I'm gonna stop right there. Anyway, so
Jackie, your mother-in-law's driving you insane. Absolutely insane.
no, this is that's old school. That's old school.
I know, but it's triggering. It's there's pressure points that are being hit, and it's coming out
coming
in bananas ways.
It's coming to the top. Coming to the top. So
Last night I had 5 spots, right? I had 2 at the stand, and the stand upstairs room is like everyone, no one
Hit
has
and
a good set
miss.
there.
Hit and miss. It could be a hit.
It's miss.
It could be
It's
okay.
miss.
It was miss.
Well,
miss.
listen, if you
It pays
if you
less. I know
remember,
that.
it does. But if you remember, like 2 jokes in, you're like, oh yeah. And
This
then
has
you can
nothing
have
to do.
you just
Yeah.
relax. You go,
Just
this
relax.
is all I'm gonna get. For some reason, the physicality of the room sucks people dry. I absolutely, it's so strange.
Mhm.
And then you go downstairs and it's a great show.
And
right?
it's normal.
So
It's a normal, awesome
it's
club.
awesome, right? Let's see. Last night I saw Onika McLean, a recent
Right.
comic of the week, and
Yep.
Bonnie McFarlane was hanging out, and
Nice.
she's got good shit going on, so that's cool. And then over to the Broadway at 3 at the Broadway, and
Wow.
Troy Bond, who I've known since he was like a child comedian.
Isn't he super tall?
Yeah, he's very tall, and he
I
just
worked
went
with him at the Broadway. Yeah.
yeah, he's great. And he is like huge on TikTok now. He just went all in on cutting up videos and stuff, and he does a great job, and he's a funny guy, and he's a young guy, and it's so weird to be like, Troy, oh my God, I've known you since your open mic days, right? But yeah, he's there, and so it was fun. They were fun shows. I have 3 tonight on Sunday.
Okay.
You know, it's good.
Are you
it's
doing
good
any
to-
of the cool kid shows over in Brooklyn?
No,
Or no?
I'm not. I got all
Okay.
loaded up, and I was happy with what I had.
And
So I wasn't
when are
trying
you
to,
coming?
like,
When are you coming home?
next Sunday on the 26th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do any of the group?
There's no room. There's no room unless
Oh.
they're 4 o'clock shows or something. I mean,
Okay.
there's, yeah, I have
Yeah.
even with the spots I missed, I
Yeah.
picked up 3 more. So I still have like 31 or 32 spots for the whole week, the whole couple days. And I'm willing to take more. Okay. But they need to be probably in Manhattan unless it's a Brooklyn afternoon show.
Yeah. Unless someone's running that gig.
Yeah.
I have been toying with the idea of submitting to, because I found telephone numbers of this. There's the new chain that doesn't book us or book me anymore.
No, us.
And-
We're us because you did the
So-
right thing. I am also being penalized.
It's right. It's not fair
Yeah.
either, because
Not
I'll
at all.
tell you, there are so many comics that are our level or great. I mean, that I have our same moral standards.
Yes. Code. Yes.
Right, who are playing those clubs, and I would like to play those clubs, but I also don't want to have that conversation with these people anymore.
Right.
And
Please, no one come to us with sexual harassment allegations anymore, unless it's us doing it.
but I was
But
talking
yeah,
to, so
then
I was trying to
definitely
get,
come to me and tell me if I've been inappropriate. I want to know. But
so I've been,
it only hurts us. It only hurts us.
yeah, only us. It's
Sorry,
very
this
disappointing.
world
Yeah.
sucks. Fucking sucks.
Sometimes it sucks. And so, but the other thing I heard was that, so this person who opened, one of the CK ladies, right? Who opened for CK.
Wait, I want to know who's the CK lady.
Remember her?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, so
She's super funny.
Yeah, she does the job anyway.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
that's that. Oh, I haven't seen
Jackie,
her enough. I haven't seen her
a
enough.
gig's a gig. A gig's a gig.
A gig is a gig. Though that is a gig where my moral fiber would have to say, I can't do it. But maybe not.
Different.
But it's,
you know what?
yeah.
We don't know what financial situation people are in. I mean, you also have the ability to turn down stuff because you have.
Well, the reason I wrote her name is
Right.
because she showed up 15 minutes into the show. Like, didn't here's another rule
What
for
show? What are you
young
talking about?
comics. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm talking to a club owner
Okay.
about working upcoming work, and the gossip train is going, and he's telling me about
Yeah.
this person,
Yeah.
and this person brings somebody on the road with them. Neither one of them show up before the show begins.
What? Wait.
Whoa.
The feature
What?
shows up 10 minutes late. The show's supposed to start at a certain time. The feature gets there 10 after.
Road
They
show?
can't. This club show. On the road. Yeah.
Like an 8
Inner
o'clock
city.
show.
Yep.
and
They get
the
there
feature
8:10.
isn't- What?
They can't start the
Oh
show
my
until he
God.
gets there
Oh my God.
because they have
That's
an MC, but they
bananas.
don't have a feature.
Yeah.
And then
And you've
then
got
the
like a sold
headliner,
out packed house.
packed house.
Oh my God.
Headliner doesn't show up until 25-30 minutes after the show is supposed to begin.
Wow.
Here is another very basic rule, young comics who possibly don't know.
Oh
A
my
half
God.
an hour before the show begins, whatever role you are portraying in said show, if you are the headliner, if you are the feature, if you are the MC, especially the first night. Maybe the second or third night, you could give it a 15-minute leeway, but the first night, let them know that you're in town. Let them know that you are going to be at the
Right.
show a half an hour before the show begins.
Yeah, and also like a road date, you don't they can't, if you don't show up for a spot in the city, there's 20 other comics, drooling, hoping that you got run over by a car on the way to the show
Right.
so they could do your
Oh,
spot.
yeah.
But a road date, they just have,
Yeah, it's not the
maybe a couple
improv on a
locals, but-
Friday where there's
Right.
6 comics hanging out at the bar hoping that
Yeah.
you did get, that you were doing something and it didn't work. Yeah.
Also, for me, I mean, I guess if that person had a feature, they knew the features act, but I do want to know what's going up in front of me, what they've said, what references they've hit. That'll change.
They also
I
both
do.
did crowd work, and neither one of them watched each other. And so there was redundancy. There was a redundancy.
Oh, no. Oh boy, interesting.
So-
Interesting. All right. Well, there
But
you
yeah,
go.
but the club owner did say that she was lucky she's funny. But he doesn't know that he'll book her again. Because he doesn't want to be driven mad. And she didn't tell him that she was bringing a feature.
Wow.
Listen, Jackie, here's what I say. I'm glad that women comedians can get away with the shit that male headliners are getting away with for 200 years.
For decades and decades upon
Good.
decades.
Good.
Yeah.
It's like
I say-
when there's
I
a
say,
lady serial
here-
killer. It's like,
here's-
yeah, good.
Here's my thing. How about no to both of them? How about everybody? Nobody's a monster. How about that? Everybody has some concern for other people who are also at work. You are at work.
Jackie, listen, this is how we stay in the business. Is we're the responsible ones, okay? These TikTok
Nobody's ever
stars,
been impressed about it before.
they will be.
Now's
They
our
will
time.
be. If these TikTok people don't show up on time, guess who does? We do. We don't give you heart attacks, okay?
Right.
We also don't give you extra shows that are sold out. Yeah, we don't do that.
Right. I'm
but we
hoping.
know how to do
I'm
the
hoping.
job.
Yeah.
Want to take a
Mhm.
break?
Oh my God.
Let's take a break.
How much was that?
That was 25, but that's counting our little bit of our opening too.
Okay.
Bop, bop, ba-deep, ba-deep, boop. What is the Max Fun Drive? Huh? Come on. Max Fun membership pays for shows. Shows are directly supported by the members. That's all it is. You're just joining Max Fun to support all of the shows that you get to listen to on Max Fun. And so every year we have a drive. So the Max Fun membership pays for each of the shows. And this is the one time a year we put a lot of energy into letting you know how you can support the show as a member. I'm just saying, join. Will you please join us as a member? If you are already a member, will you bump it up? What the heck? Depends how you are financially, but if you can, please join us as a member to support Max Fun. Because Max Fun, let me tell you something. We were just talking about dum-dums. Max Fun is not made up of dum-dums. It is made up of decent humans running a very thoughtful podcast company. Literally, this is the
Yeah.
only one I would have joined. This is it.
It's cool. This isn't 100 million cell, deal at Spotify, where we're platforming Sandy Hook deniers. Okay. This is like a cool podcast company that
Yeah.
has cool podcasts on it, and they treat everybody well. We get treated like queens, and we're bitches. We should be treated way worse than we are.
I am
All
not
right?
a bitch. Let me just say that I'm not even a cunt. I am neither. I am a good person, and you should
Wow.
totally. Let me just say that
Jackie,
all the
you whistle.
memberships
Okay.
are at $5 a month or more, and they all get a bonus content access. So
Yeah.
this year's bonus content is a great live show that we did over Zoom, where it was a Q&A, and that's our bonus episode for Max Fun this year. And then if you buy a gift membership, the recipient gets the bonus content as well. So Kyle, do you remember what happens with these goals? I don't.
Oh, you mean like the what the goals are and stuff like that?
Yeah.
It says
Okay.
goal setup, like
Let me-
the last.
Let me
The
grab.
last thing on the bottom.
Yeah, let me grab the stuff for that.
And let me just say the name of the website so that it's easy for everybody. It's maximumfun.org/join. maximumfun.org/GJOIN. Join.
Yeah, join or even just maintain. Just stay with us.
Yeah.
If you can afford to upgrade, boost it a little bit. You know how this works. You guys listen to NPR. Boost it a little bit. You get a little gift. You are part of a community.
Dance a little dance.
Max Fun is always doing things for the listeners.
Would you like to give me a little rundown of some of the stuff you can get here? I got it in front of me.
Please.
Let's
Exciting.
see
For
it.
$5, you get bonus content. That's the real good you want out of Max Fun. That's all those bonus episodes. That's where you
That's
learn
just
that my brother
$5.
and brother and me guys are all actually skeletons. Then you get for $10 a month, you're a friend of the family. You get one of 37 reusable stickers, plus you get all sorts of other fun stuff and the regular the bonus content you get before. Everything stacks on top. For $20, you get the Diamond Friendship Circle. You get the Max Fun culinary kit or a rocket hat. I have seen this culinary kit. I'm a real sucker for fun, delicious things, and it's a lot of fun. And why don't you
I got
go
one
up
too.
one more, go 35 and get your apron. Yeah, I was leading the way getting to the
I got
apron.
the apron.
Oh my
I
God, it's
love
so
the
cool.
apron.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And then
Spoiler alert, should I say what the apron's? No, it's a surprise what the apron says.
yeah.
The apron was great. The apron
we got more breaks to do here. And so after that, we've got for $50, you're a Silver Seagull and you get your custom metal Max Fun membership card. Let me tell you something. There's no more powerful feeling than having a metal membership card. People will think it's one of those like black credit cards, and you can let them also think that.
You can cut your drugs with it. You can cut your not drugs with it.
Oh man, the Max
Jackie,
Fun way,
that's
drugs or no
Spotify
drugs.
behavior.
Yeah, we do vitamins. Golden Eagle for $100 a month at the HQ. You get immortalized because they have a space and you're gonna have a name on it, and there's all sorts of other insane things going along with that one. By that point, you're paying money to Max Fun in a pretty baller way, and we treat you like the baller you are. But for $200,
it's like having a park bench. Go
true,
ahead, sorry.
or one of those Disneyland squares. But the final one, if you want to
these?
transcend humanity, you can become a platinum angel for $200 a month, where you get a custom handmade Max Fun treasure box. That's right. treasure box. How insane
Wow.
is that?
That
It
is
I love the
insane.
word
You got metal
treasure.
cards, you got bonus content access. There's so many ways to approach this. Your level of financial ability / desire to support a really, really cool company.
$200 a month. Wow. You know what I'm willing to throw in? I'll call you.
Yeah. All three of us will.
What the heck? No, let's not
The two
volunteer.
of you will.
Laurie.
The two of you will.
Exactly. Lori's like, is there a
I will
burner
call
phone that I
as
can
Laurie
use?
or text you as Laurie for a week.
I'll dodge your
Uh,
calls for
It's,
$300.
I'm setting up an API that will just send Hillary Clinton facts. All right.
Cool.
Should we get back to normal programming?
Get
Yes.
back to normal programming. So what's happening? So this week you have 107 places to go up. You're doing
I
a bunch
have-
of yeah.
Yeah, no need to add hyperbolic numbers to my set list, Jackie. I
'Cause
have
it's so
30
many.
spots. It's pretty
That's so
good
many
already.
spots. It's so many
Yeah, a lot of
spots.
spots. That's about it. I'm gonna do Ophira's
I have
podcast.
4. I have 4.
He must be in
oh.
Los Angeles.
You know what? I just recommended Ophira for the Bloomington room because I thought she would destroy.
Mhm.
Jared
yeah.
had never heard of her, but Dana had. Dana was like, "No, ask me another on NPR." And so, because the thing about Ophira, road comic, New York comic, and has NPR cred. She should be playing Vermont and Bloomington and Madison and every other Ann Arbor.
Oh yeah,
and every other like
every
San
other college
Francisco.
town for sure.
Every
yeah.
college town, every hipster, where there's a crystal clutcher that might wander in off the streets that listens to NPR, Ophira Eisenberg
Mhm.
should be there.
Well, all right. Did you finish booking Ophira for the rest of the year?
I tried to do what I could, and then I also got a text from Eliza Skinner asking me for some hookups, and I'll help her out. And then Jackie Fabulous just asked me for something, so I've decided to become
Eliza
a manager.
is hilarious, and
Yep.
Jackie is hilarious. So
And
it's
Ophira's
all
hilarious. Yeah.
yeah, of course, it's in good conscience that you're giving up information because
Yeah.
they will
I'll do what I can.
go kill.
It's-
Go kill.
Yeah. And what was I? Oh Christ! I had a question.
Well,
Should
the
we do
gossip
comic
you
of the
said
week?
about? Oh, did we do? Oh no, we didn't do that.
Oh, let's do it.
So our comic of the week, you and I did her show a couple weeks ago. This is not a quid pro quo. She never mentioned being comic of the week, and we never offered
Yeah.
because we're rude like that. But
Just a
it's-
lateral move. Yeah.
Belinda Carroll,
Mhm,
Carroll. She's very funny. She runs a show at The Good Night in Burbank, and she's really funny, and I like her a lot. And she
Yeah,
is
she's great.
only on Instagram. Now, you weren't on when I was talking to this about Kyle. I updated our website a little bit about comics of the week, and there's one week I completely lost. I'll try to figure it out. Anyway, the last, I don't know, like 5 or 6 comics are not on Twitter. They're just on Instagram. Isn't that weird?
That's
Like
perfect.
Twitter is made for comedians. I mean,
And-
in its ideal form, but it's fucking falling apart.
It's them
It's done.
clips.
It's done.
Yeah,
Twitter's
the
done.
clips.
I'm
But
irritated.
you could do
and I
both.
don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you, as a comic, not be on Twitter at all? And I guess I don't know.
Because
I guess
I've been irritated by what shows up on my feed. Because I
Yeah.
loved Twitter. I literally hated Twitter. And then the way the algorithm was working, I was learning things. I was getting to know
Yeah.
kind of some people.
yeah,
Now I'm just trying to curate my Instagram so I can see more interesting people and my TikTok, quite
Yeah.
honestly.
right.
And so anyway, what's her handle on Instagram?
Oh,
It's up at the very,
Hold
very
on.
top. It
That's
is
the chat.
Belinda Comedy. BELINDA on Instagram. Belinda Comedy.
we know how to spell comedy,
RESPECT.
Kyle.
Respect. Belinda Comedy. Do it. Follow, find her, book her, give her some monies. Here's what I was thinking about recently is because I want to
Yeah,
I want to dress better. Whatever. I want to do something, right? And I've talked about it with people because there are people who will help
yeah.
me.
I know
dress
what
better.
you mean. I know what you mean.
Zagrino's offered me, Carmen's offered me her people,
Mhm.
and because when I look at a comic like Carmen, or I look at Jenny Zagrino is a perfect example. She's a really, really good comic. She's a real comic. She's
Yeah.
grinding it out. She's bringing
Funny,
the
original.
funny,
Yes.
original, smart, silly, all my faves. And
Mhm.
then she's also super fashion. Like
Yeah, she
she's
looks great.
she looks great. She takes time. She gives a damn. Sort of like Atsuko, Atsuko's has a fashion person now.
She does, and she also
yeah.
has a very iconic look, that she's sticking to. She has people coming to the show with her haircut now,
I know.
which is
I
great.
saw that. I saw that.
You know who else looks great all the time is Marcella, of course.
Yes.
And Zainab Johnson looks amazing. Like
right.
I was like,
and these are all
how yeah.
yeah, these are all women. I mean, when we came up, women comics, we all just tried to dress like dudes.
Yeah, because you did not want to be sexualized. Did
right,
not. And
you
if the
didn't want to
ones
be
that
too pretty. You couldn't be too
right,
It was all supposed to be distracting from the
right. And
the
then,
jokes coming out of your joke hole. It's annoying.
exactly. Yes. And then there were comics who were very sexual, and it was like, oh, they're on a different side of the aisle than us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the
now it's
fellas
like,
would make fun of them so hardcore that you
yeah,
were
that
like,
you're
"Oh,
like,
I
oh, I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to be
be
made
that."
fun of like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll wear pants and I'll wear a long shirt and everything. Yeah, I'll just let my jokes do the work. But yeah, no, this I agree. It's a new thing to think about. And also, I don't know. I mean, because we're getting older, we have to like play up our other shit, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it's all
but yeah, it has changed fundamentally like that. So it was interesting to me when I realized it, when I was looking at a photo shoot that Jenny Scarino and Marcella actually, and I was like, God, they look so good, and their stand-up
yeah.
pulls no punches, gives no fucks. It is outstanding.
Yeah,
And
it makes you want
same
to
with
go see
Carmen.
the
Yeah,
show because they look cool. That you're like, this
they
person's
also look really
100%
cool.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so that was this week's realization where I'm not enough. Hi, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I know. It's not my instinct though. It's really hard to like,
Yeah.
part of me is like, I want to have like fingernails, like, how lots of women do. Like almost
Yeah.
everyone besides you and me,
Yeah.
they have long fingernails. They look really pretty. They have
Mhm.
colors on them,
Yep.
I never did that in my entire life because I was a swimmer, even though
Mhm.
there were swimmers on my swim team that did it, but I was like, that's for the girly girls. I'm not going to be like that. And now I'm like, that looks nice. I don't
It
know if I
does
could
look
pull it off.
nice.
It seems like a lot of
And
work.
they have attachable ones that are
I can't do
supposedly
that.
relatively cheap.
I don't know
But
what I don't even. I would need a
well,
class.
I just I just like going, and I literally do the guy thing where I'm like, just clean them up and then buff them. Just and then my toes get all done red. I do like I
Do my
usually do a
toes.
mani pedi.
Mm.
So I like a mani pedi because in LA it's super cheap, and in New York it is not. It's weird.
No,
It's
I forgot to do my toenails, and now they're growing out, and I'm like, I wonder if I could stand the pain of long toenails for one more week because they start to dig into your toes. There is this TikToker named Hot Cheeto Girl. Have you heard of her? She's hilarious. She kind of does a character, that I'm gonna guess is Chicana, okay?
Mhm.
And she'll just like take stuff out of her purse and squirt the air. It's really funny and detailed, and it makes me laugh. But I started realizing like, oh, you know what? I am starting to carry more shit on my purse that's like hygiene related, like the stuff I squirt up my nose so I don't get COVID. And all my little things and stuff I have to do with my contacts and everything. And I was sitting there like pulling out all my little things yesterday in the green room at the stand, and I was like, oh my god, I feel like Hot Cheeto Girl right now, just pulling things out, squirting, and putting them back in. It did make me feel like a girly girl.
That is yeah, I haven't all I'm doing is I'm trying to eat more vegetables and less. I there in Bloomington, Indiana, there is a Chinese restaurant that I genuinely like. That's
Hmm.
in between the hotel and the club. And it's called Best Asian. And
Hmm.
they're usually, I usually just go and I get like something nice, like just a chicken vegetable thing. But I was
Oh,
like, Oh, I should get I've been reading a lot of things of how to bring down my cholesterol and how to bring down my iron. And so I
Mhm.
was like, I'm gonna get the dry pot spicy uh fish thing because fish is supposed to be good for you. And I never make fish. And it turns out it was all fried fish, battered and fried. And I was like, oh, this is a wash. This meal.
When I was in Luxembourg with my kid when we were getting our final citizenship stuff together, there was an Italian restaurant and the whole menu was in Italian. And I was like, oh, kata. Oh, that looks good. And then they brought it and it was octopus. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, it was so disgusting. I didn't eat it.
Oh,
I
you can.
felt bad.
I like octopus. I have a hard time eating octopus because they're smart, and I'm like, they're so fucking smart. It feels rude to eat an octopus. Uh,
To
and
paraphrase David Feldman talking about dolphins, if they're so smart, get out of the net.
they could if you gave them a minute. If there's been speculation that if octopi lived longer than 3 years, they would fucking murder us all. Yeah, but they only live like 3 years.
Oh, that's too
So,
bad. Come get us.
um,
Maybe climate change will extend their lives.
yeah, maybe they
Um,
will manifest in some other way. Uh, we got okay. So our we found out that so Andy, 20 years ago, when we moved into this house, when Andy
mhm,
bought this house, and then I married
mhm.
him, and I got half a house.
You know what you were
Um,
doing.
I guess I did, as I stumble around, and but somebody came to the door and said, "You want a security system?" And Andy Ashcraft said, "I sure do." And so for 20 years, we've been giving somebody $30 and it's never mattered. And
Right,
$30 a month. I was like, what is happening? Anyway,
right.
but now it stopped working because we upgraded our internet and it changed our landline, another thing that Andy has always wanted. And it
Hmm,
changed our landline to a VoIP line. So it's no longer even a landline.
hmm.
And so now the guy came the other day and there's a new panel that we all have to learn about. And it's
An
there's going to be
electric
like a
panel?
doorbell, there's going to be a doorbell camera. There's going to be
Oh,
it's going to be a project and it's going to be $65 a month. And I was like, can we get rid of the landline, which is $34 a month, which will bring us back down to $30 a month? And he's like, I don't want to lose that number. Isn't there some people who only have that number? And I was like, I bet you they'll figure it out. I'll bet you it'll stop
huh.
ringing. Do you have a
I guess
landline?
the argument for the argument for landline is if the cell phone coverage goes down. But it just seems like so many people, I just can't see that happening like it did on 9/11 for a little while for certain areas, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have two dogs, and um, you don't need a security system.
No.
If you have a well lit house, if you have like
The
if you have
house
something,
is the size of this Zoom panel. I
I
swear
know
to
it's
God, there's no reason for, but he likes
yeah.
it. And who am I to
They
say?
the dogs bark when someone comes by, right? They make
Sure
noise.
do. Sure
Okay,
do.
that's all you need. And if you have like a an automatic light in the front of the garage or parts of your house, or if somebody walks
Yep.
by, they're lit.
Sure
That's all you
do.
need. You don't need a ring light. You don't need to be filming people. You don't need any of that stuff. You really
Nope.
don't. You just
We
need
don't.
a, you need a
And
dog
to
and
make
a
the
light.
door and then to make the doorbell thing work, right now we
Mhm.
have an idiot doorbell. And you know what that is? That's an electric doorbell and then a thing that plugs into the wall and it goes ding dong. And so when we have a Christmas tree, we don't have a doorbell because we only have one outlet on that wall. Anyway, so
Well,
knock.
unless you get stalkers for your abortion joke, Jackie, you're in good shape. That's what I say.
You know, what did I said something on stage and I did record that set. I didn't film it. The Patrick who featured for me all weekend and
Hmm.
his name starts with an S and he was very funny. The MC, have you ever worked with this guy? He's running for city council. The
Oh
MC
yeah,
in yeah.
he worked.
Did
Yeah, he was hosting my week as well.
okay.
He's hilarious.
did you see that he did a quote from the Bible? Did you?
I
It was
didn't. I don't remember that bit. I
it
think you
was a
put in the chat. I
passage.
didn't remember
Yeah,
that bit.
from Mark. I have it here. Mark 11, lines 12 through 25.
Oh, I have this
It is.
memorized. And I need
It
to
is
tell me.
That's part of his bit, but literally, and I looked it up in the Bible. It's literally Jesus Christ yelling at a fucking fig tree because it doesn't have any figs on it, out of season, and he curses it. And they put it in the Bible. I'm not saying that Jesus couldn't be hangry. I'm just saying the disciples wrote that shit down and put it in the Bible. That's banana land.
Well, and I don't want to riff on this guy's bit, but also,
I do.
all the like, if he was mad at figs, okay, but he never mentioned abortion or gay people. I think he would have said it if he wanted to. Like they're clearly taking notes on everything he said. So if he
Right.
didn't mention,
It would have come up if he cared.
yeah, it would have come
Yeah.
up. That's all.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's take that second break.
Okay.
Oh, let me throw the copy in.
More of the same? No.
Is it the bit where he goes like figs and puts an A in it?
No.
Okay.
He does not.
All right, and
Because he is gay.
Right. Never mind. Good. Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
All right, and 4 minutes.
We didn't do any of this.
Huh? This is
let
the
me just
second
tell
pitch.
you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is the second here. Okay, so someone came up to me at the shows this weekend, and they said that they were a Max Fun person, and that they really loved going to the live Zoom, and they look forward to listening to it again. And I don't know if Kyle sent the video of it too, because people could watch that if they wanted to. If we still have that Zoom.
The audio is currently the bonus episode, but we could figure some things out if some
right.
Well,
so they came up to me. They said they
be on Zoom though. I think they just
right.
I'm not sure they consented for
but
the
it
audio.
was it was
video.
This woman was like, I'm a Max Fun supporter, and I got the thing about being on the Zoom for the Q&A, and it was so cool. And she's like, every week, you guys, I'm just, and it got to that point of Blair where she was a fan that doesn't do stand up. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I don't believe what you guys go through. And I was like, well, what do you do? And she's like, well, I'm a nurse. And I'm like, stop talking. You are doing some real work. Whatever we're saying,
Jackie, we're definitely
that.
more important than nurses. I mean, I think everyone knows that.
Right. So it's like, it was so, she just loves the show so much, and she loves that we get mad, and she loves that we support each other. And she's like that our friendship has grown. We're friends now, Laurie. It's happening. And,
and we are.
We are. And so if you guys are doing it, the $5 a month gets you the bonus content. The $5 a month at Max Fun, MaximumFun.org/join. Yeah. So MaximumFun.org/join. That's and if you do the $5 a month, that gets you the basic bonus content. We made a sticker for an upgrade of $10 a month, and it was sort of a quote from one of the shows. And then they got a real artist to make art. And I guess it's a reusable sticker, and I can't wait to see the damn thing, because I don't know how do you do that? That's a magnet. Isn't that a fucking magnet?
Idea.
Or it might be like a sticky. I keep thinking of it like a decal.
Right. Yeah. And then the special gift at $20, was that the card?
No, is that the
let me get the doc back up.
Oh, it might also be it might be the food thing.
It's the $20 you get the food kit.
Right. The $20 a month is the food kit, and the $35 is the apron, and the apron is adorable. And we should all be wearing more aprons, you guys. I can't tell you how many times I'm baking with my mother-in-law, and I've trashed some shirt because I don't know how to bake. And all of a sudden there's flour and dough.
This goes out to male comics only. Wear a fucking apron before you go to the show.
And nothing else. Okay? Please go full Winnie the Pooh.
Ooh, okay.
So
also but in the little cooking package, there's a cookbook where every podcast submitted a recipe, and the one we submitted was from me, and it's the cookies that I used to make as a child that my mother got from this lady named Ellen O'Byrne from Moraga. The recipe was printed in the Contra Costa Times. We cut it out and we made them constantly. They're chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. They're so good, and the recipe makes 72 cookies.
My
it's old
recipe is
school.
also in there.
Oh,
They
is
put
it
both
really?
of
Oh,
our,
I didn't
yeah,
see
they
it.
put both of
Oh,
our
okay,
recipes
cool.
in there. Mine was just a basic baked chicken recipe.
Cool. I want to try some of these because part of me is like, I can't cook, but then I'm like, if these dumb shits, and I include you in this, can do this, then I can do it.
I read that, and you have a real recipe. I have a real recipe. Some of the people are just like, well, if you open a bag of Cheetos and then throw it with some pretzels, you made a Chex Mix, and they didn't include Chex. So what I'm saying is that go through the cookbook at is $20 a month. You get the cookbook, and the rest of the food kit, and
Yeah.
and then you too can make fun of other people's recipes. Go to
Yes.
maximumfun.org/join
/join.
and just join us as a member if you can.
Perfecto.
Okay. Jackie, you're on it.
Mhm.
On it. Well, okay, so I'm doing 4 shows this week. I have one at the Vino place.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
where
nice.
I always go next door and buy fresh sausages because they make fresh sausage there. Even though I don't think I'm supposed to eat nitrates now. And
that place. Oh, that place right next door. I know what you're talking about. I didn't know they
Yeah.
made sausage there. It's like an old school deli, right?
oh, it's a weird wine bar. I mean, they're a wine
Is it next
bar,
to
and then
Ovino Vino? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, and it's a bar that has old school make their own sausage thing.
Wow.
And then Wednesday I'm going to the Barclay to do
Mhm.
with Laura House and Wendy Liebman. Maria was supposed to come, but she cannot. She's taking
Yeah.
the week off because of her pops.
Yeah.
And then Friday I'm doing the Nightcap. You know the Nightcap in Burbank?
What's
It's
that?
a comedy club, new comedy club in
Is that the
Burbank.
one that Belinda Carroll does her show at, or I'm thinking the Good Night?
That's the Good Night.
That's the Good
This one's
Night.
called. This
Where's
is
the Nightcap?
Don't know, but I'm
Okay,
going.
well, you'll
I
find
got 2
out.
shows on Friday, 8 and 10.
Feels
So
familiar. I think I
I have
have been
4
there.
shows. That's kind of exciting. Every time I drive by the chateau, all I can think is, I'm so glad that it's not a mediocre French restaurant anymore. And I hope I never go and do stand-up comedy there. So even though you and Brian Kiley go all the time.
I
So,
haven't been in a long time. I got the COVID heebie-jeebies from that place during not I mean now it's whatever it is, but there was a time when it seemed optional if you could give a shit about COVID, and
mhm,
it seemed like they immediately were like, phew, masks off party, you know?
mhm.
And the times I've been there, it's a room, it could be a great room. It everything's been delayed and is late, and that drives me nuts, you know,
Yeah, it's hard.
a late show.
Mhm.
But it's always possible for a turnaround, and maybe I'll, you know, I love Jackie, I love doing spots. What can I say?
Right. Stand-up comedy. Still enjoy it. Still liking it. And
Still love it. Tonight I'm at New York Comedy Club. I have a 7:45 at New York Comedy Club on 24th.
nice.
And then I have a 9:10 at the Stand, and then I have an 11 o'clock. No, at the Broadway, and then I have an 11 o'clock at the Stand. So I have
That's
plenty of
cool.
time between each spot. Don't have to rush, and you know, hopefully my feet won't hurt at the end of the night. I still haven't
What
found
do you
the
do?
ideal boot.
Oh, to do both sets and walk around
Walk
kind of thing.
around, and then the subway. I'm very it's really getting hard to take the subway home at night because first of all, it just takes forever. So I know it's going to be like an extra hour and a half, and my feet are always hurting. And part of me is like, why don't you just get in a car? Just
Yeah.
take a car. And then it's
You-
like $35. That's why I don't do it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I just realized I also have a set on Saturday at the Crow in Santa Monica.
oh, nice.
So I have 5 sets this week.
That's fine.
That's
for LA.
respectable. That's real
Yeah.
respectable right there. And I could probably pick up some others at
Yeah.
or I could just Zoom I don't want to be gone every night with my mom-in-law, even though I'm only gone for like 2 or 3 hours. So it's not
Yeah.
that bad.
How long is Andy gone for?
He comes back on Friday. He comes
Okay.
back. He's going to the
All
game
right.
developers conference. And I've been clipping up. There's it's weird. I just keep looking at my old Horcrux special, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I guess I never put this. I could put that up as a clip. I guess this joke never made it up as a clip. And I guess this joke never. Who knew that there were out of 58 minutes that there would be 75 clips available? That seems weird. That seems like too many, doesn't it? And
You know, when I was doing clips of 45 jokes, like part of it's like, all right, some of these jokes to me, I wouldn't do them now, but
yeah,
because it's 9 years ago, right? And some of them I'm like, oh, I'm still a little wobbly talking about death, a parent's
yeah,
death. I don't know if that's like a clip, like to me, it's part of me. The last time I watched it was when I was taking out clips, but it just felt like, yeah, that's a good snapshot of somebody 8 months after their dad died. I'm
yeah.
not sure I'm going to throw all of it up on TikTok
I found a
because,
story
yeah.
from Risk where it's one of the risks. I mean, it's the best story I think I did on Risk, and it had
Hmm.
some stuff that I turned into stand up afterwards.
Hmm.
And I also, speaking of which, I could probably take a set list set and clip that out from Troy Conrad's old show.
Oh, do you have them?
Oh, I can get them. Uh,
Wait,
gotta
are
do
they?
is-
Because I had some good ones.
yeah, you
Did
just
they
pull them off of
record them?
YouTube. Yeah, they're on YouTube. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Make a note. Go look yourself
Okay.
up on YouTube and because there's a
Ah,
bunch of clips sets that there's no reason for those sets because they're my sets, but there they are getting other people's views, and it's fine.
yeah,
I mean, I
whatever.
get over whatever. I'm just like, okay. Um, yeah, so but
Well,
I'm in
it's like
town
you don't get
actually
paid
till
for views
Delaware.
anyway, too, though. You know. Um.
I can't make my Google AdSense work. Because I signed up for my YouTube page under the Dork Forest, and I don't have it's Jackie Cation Inc. It's not doing business as the Dork Forest.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those. By the way,
Oh.
corporate taxes were due last week. And my accountant is a friend of mine, and I was just talking to her. I was like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And she goes, "Corporate taxes are due today." And I said, "Oh,
Oh,
I
you're a
guess I'll be
corporation.
right." I was like, I guess I'll be paying a fee. Will Andy and I be paying fees?" And she goes, "No, no, I filed extensions for both of you when I didn't hear from either of you." And I was like, "You're the best."
There you go. Yeah. I
But
forgot
I'm
what I was
home
gonna
until
say.
Delaware. I go to Delaware, Arden, Delaware in like 3 weeks.
Why am I not at Arnold, Delaware? If we have a lot of listeners there. Hmm?
I don't know. But if we do,
Hmm?
please, it's just an hour out of Philly, you guys. Please come if you live anywhere near Philadelphia, anywhere
Do.
near, because I got to fill this room. This is, when was the last time I begged you guys to come out to a show? I don't know. I don't know when it was, but it's happening right now, right in front of your faces.
It
Hi,
was last
please
summer
come.
sometime.
Guys, may I point out that it's a great show. That you are
Yeah,
not doing Jackie a favor. You're doing yourself a favor because you're
please.
seeing a great headliner come
Mhm.
to your, I'm sorry, shit town. No offense, Delaware, and do stand up. You're lucky. This is a
The
gift
Lori
that you have.
Kilmartin opinion about that Delaware business. I picked up a gig a couple of days before that about 2 hours away from there in Maryland.
Hmm.
So on the 13th I'm in Maryland, and on the 15th I'm in Delaware. So
Cool.
if you're in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area, come to
Yeah.
Delaware, and if you're in DC, come to Maryland.
You don't have to micromanage where people come from and which one they go to, Jackie. Sometimes it's the date that matters.
I
I had people coming from Massachusetts to see me at the Funny Bone in Albany, and I'm like, I was just in Beverly at Off Cabot
yeah.
like 2 months ago. Come on, people,
I
please.
want to play Boston. I like
I do
Boston so
too.
much, but there's no
Yeah.
club. There's Jenkins. supposedly will open a clump eventually there, but not
Robert
this
Jenkins,
week.
the comedian from
Rick
Minneapolis.
Jenkins. Rick
Oh,
Jenkins.
okay.
Robert
All right.
Jenkins is the Michigan comic who I told Tiffany Barbara that he was a Detroit comic. She said he is from Lansing. We cannot have
Oh,
this
that's right.
conversation. And
Yes. That
he
Tiffany
did the
Barber
Dork
joke
Forest.
made it 2 podcasts in a row.
And I have to tell you, did I tell you about? Oh, okay, because then I probably would have told you about Robert Jenkins and the Dork Forest then, because he did a
Okay.
Dork Forest and he was in the basement and his dorkdom was
Say it
gun
again.
safety. Gun safety.
Yeah.
Did I
Mhm.
tell you that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
It's a great
remember the
story,
story.
you guys. I'm gonna. Oh, you don't? Well, then it's exciting
No,
to hear
I
this
don't
one
want to
again.
remember it. I don't. You know,
You want to hear
when
about my recorder and my music? And
More than
sometimes
but
anything.
one day I'll be terminally ill and I'll listen to all our podcasts and I can enjoy it again. But until then, I don't want to
wow,
hear
I'm
it.
gonna hold you to that. That's insane.
Wait, Kyle, how much time?
We got 5 more minutes.
Oh
Oh,
my
do we?
God.
Okay. Well,
I gotta leave soon, guys. I mean, that's
all right.
I
So
gotta leave.
you know, I sell those challenge coins. So people have taken to bringing me challenge coins and just
Oh my
giving them to
God.
me. And I'm like, this is neat. Like I got a couple in Colorado. I got a firefighter one and I got
Oh,
an
neat.
army one. And then 2 people in Bloomington. One guy brought me it's just a slug. It's made out of extra copper or something. And so it's kind of it has like a
It's a
waffle
bullet?
pattern. Nah, I don't know what it is, but it was.
Okay.
I got one of those, and then some other guy. I don't know why. I don't think it had anything to do with the challenge coins I sell, but he brought me. Um, I think it was because I do that bit about my mom-in-law having all those coins.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me an 1889 silver dollar.
Morgan silver dollar. Yeah.
Yeah, that he holds that he keeps in his pocket.
Yeah, I've been selling those. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That my dad
Oh,
got me. Yeah.
right, because your
I have a bit
dad
about
has
how I have to
those.
sell them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
All of us all at once got old coins from our dead parents, and so we all have varying different bits about getting rid of these coins or
but they're
keeping
worth
them.
like $30, I guess.
Sometimes it all depends on a bunch of shit. You know,
Okay.
they have so many different ways of measuring the value of coins. It's a
Okay.
nightmare.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not selling it. I'm just someone else can sell them 100 years from now.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you give it to me? I'll sell it. I'm pretty good at it now.
I booked Milwaukee. I booked the Laughing
neat.
Tap in June.
Yay.
Yeah, because I got to go see my dad again, and I was like,
Yes.
and I haven't played the Laughing Tap in a while, so, and it's a good hour and a half from Madison. It can't possibly matter. And
Right.
but I haven't added. You're going and doing the Oshkosh
I'm
thing
going in
officially,
May,
right?
and I'm
In
doing
May?
Oshkosh the day before. Yeah. So the Thursday before, I'm flying out on Wednesday. I'm getting a lot of time in Wisconsin in May. And
Right.
and then I'm
Is it
doing
just
yeah. Mm-hmm.
okay?
Yeah. Plus accommodations, you know.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I'm flying out a night early. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's a problem with Oshkosh and Appleton and the whole Fox Valley is that it's nowhere near my family. So if I go to it, it's not like
It's just a gig. Yeah.
it's just a gig that is an hour and a half away that is, whatever.
You're in the same state.
Remember when Skyline used to be run by that guy? And now it's run by
Cliff?
those other people. Yeah, Cliff
Yeah.
ran it, and he always lowballed me, and so I stopped working it because it was such a pain in the ass to get to. And
Yeah.
he was always like, "Well, we don't have a budget." And I was like, "Well, you seat 300 people and it's always full. So if you're not papering the room and you're selling pretzels, you can share the wealth, brother. And
Mhm.
you have season tickets to the Packers. So screw you and your Mercedes."
Club owners tell you they don't have money and then they drive up in a brand new Mercedes from their second home. It's like at least look poor if you're telling us you don't have money. Okay. Oh my God, these club owners,
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's true. It's true. So anyway, other
Okay.
than that,
Come on.
I'm
This
working
is
on
enough,
new
right?
art. I'm working on a new shirt,
Mm.
new art for a shirt. So that's going to be fun.
Okay. I'm trying to break open some bits that seem to have stopped working in parts, and I'm like, why? What happened? What did I lose? So
Mhm.
I don't know. It's a
Old tape,
week
old
of
tape.
discovery. Yeah.
You guys, before closing, let's just say that you have to, if you can, just join Max Fun. We're doing it once a year. We do the Max Fun pitch, and here we are doing it again. We get to do this show. They don't boss us. They don't tell us what not to do. They don't tell
But
us
they
that,
pay us,
but they
right?
pay us. We get
And
a taste of all that money.
it's making such a difference, especially for me this year, because I've had such a dramatic reduction in income that Max
Yeah.
Fun has really saved me my ass. When I looked at what I made for Max Fun this year, I'm like, my God, that really made a huge difference for me. You know,
Yes, it actually helped because of my sound exchange problems, and then you know, no longer
this
Conan
same with
and
thing, same
sound
thing.
exchange. Yeah.
No Conan, no sound exchange. It's
Yep.
just road work. Are you fucking kidding me? No, it sucks. It's awful.
Yeah. So we genuinely love Max Fun. So maximumfun.org/join and join for $5 a month. Bump it up if you can. We get a share of that and you get bonus content and it's super cool. So this show, we want to give you as much information about what stand-up comedy is like, the good and the bad. And a lot of the younger comics listen to it. It's kind of neat. And it's $5, it's $10, it's up to $200. If you want, I don't know, for the $200 thing, is it like a plaque, Kyle, where they put their name on a wall?
Yes, I believe
$200
so.
a month. That's
Wow.
a lot. maximumfun.org/join. Do it if you can. Thank you guys for listening so much.
Thanks.
Right. And then I'll kill